You know, we all have those people in our lives. The ones who are just part of the scenery, the quiet nods, the silent understandings with the stranger you see every single day. But what happens when that routine just shatters? The silence that's left behind, man, it can be deafening. This is a story about one of those times.
Is a feeling I bet a lot of us know all too well, right? That moment when your curiosity gets the better of you, and suddenly you're staring at a truth you really, really wish you hadn't asked for. So, here's how it all began. It was just a simple observation, really. An absence. Just a void, right where a familiar face used to be.
At first, it's easy to brush it off. Oh, she probably just took a day off, or maybe her schedule changed. But then, one day turned into two, and before I knew it, a whole week had just vanished.
And everything else was exactly the same. I mean, the same old rattle of the tracks, that familiar morning sun slanting through the windows. It was the same tram, my same old commute.
And there it was, her seat, always the same one. It was like our own little spot claimed in the middle of the city's chaos. And now, it was just glaringly empty.
Everything was exactly as it always was, except for the one thing that mattered. The person who made that seat more than just, a place to sit. She was just gone. And so, this empty seat, it started to grow into this question that just took root in my mind. Every single morning, it was the same debate. Should I ask someone, or should I just let it be?
For a while, I just stayed quiet. I kept telling myself, maybe she'll be back tomorrow. You know how it is. You cling to that hope that things will just fix themselves and go back to normal.
But deep down, you can't ignore that little voice, that gut feeling forever. I just knew something wasn't right. It was this certainty just growing in the pit of my stomach that this wasn't temporary.
And then, finally, I just couldn't hold it in anymore. One morning, as I was getting off, I stopped. I turned back to the one person who might actually know something. The words kind of stumbled out. I couldn't hide how nervous I was.
And right there, with that one little question, everything was about to change. This was it. This was the moment all that quiet wondering was about to slam into a hard, cold reality. He knew exactly who I meant. Instantly. There wasn't any confusion in his eyes, just this quiet recognition. And it confirmed she was as much a part of his daily routine as she was of mine. My heart just started hammering in my chest. You know that feeling when you desperately want to know something, but you're also terrified of what you might hear? Yeah, I really wasn't ready.
And then he said it. The truth. It was so sudden, so simple, so final. She'd moved back to Sydney. Just gone. Left without telling anyone.
I just stood there on the pavement as the tram pulled away. His words were just echoing in my head. And I realized the story wasn't really over. The hard part, the processing, was just getting started. It was just so abrupt. That was the hardest part to get my head around. Just like that. No goodbye, nothing. People don't just disappear like that, do they? Not when they're a part of your morning. And I started replaying all those little moments. The shared smiles, the quick conversations about nothing really. All those mornings, they meant something to me. They weren't just filler. But to her, was it all just nothing? I mean, that's the question that really stings, isn't it? Was I just some random person on her commute? Was that connection I felt all in my head?
I was about to just turn and walk away, totally lost in my own head. But then, the driver said one last thing, one last sentence that didn't give me closure. It just twisted everything all over again.